Well, would you look at this, guys? Would you look at this? Look what we've got a video about today. Sonic Forces. I did not think I'd actually do this, but with me being a Sonic content creator, I guess it was bound to happen eventually. I should have known better than to think otherwise. You might be wondering what prompted me to make a Forces video today, and obviously I will explain why, but before we get to that, I need to get something out of the way real quick. I'm fully aware that there are people who do like Sonic Forces, and I'm completely fine with that. I don't go after anybody for their opinions ever, nor do I share my own opinions with the intention of changing anybody else's outlook. If you like Forces, that's fine. If you dislike Forces, that's also fine. But when watching my videos, you should prepare yourself to hear opinions that you'll either like or not like all that much. Now that we got that covered, on to the video. We're discussing Sonic Forces today because of an interesting observation that was made overnight. I decided to sleep it off and see if it was still there the next day, and guess what, it is, so we're getting this video. Over at the Humble Bundle website, there's a page with Sonic Colors Ultimate from a Nintendo Switch version where they're having a sale for like 40% off. And when you look below the screenshots, there's a line that reads as follows: "Pre-order Sonic Forces Ultimate now. Available soon." I blinked like 100 times in a row maybe before it fully sunk in as to what I just read. Sonic Forces Ultimate. Sonic Forces Ultimate? Is Sega really thinking of a Sonic Forces Ultimate before Sonic Unleashed Ultimate? I honestly feel flabbergasted. Also, before anybody goes and tells me that they meant to write Sonic Colors Ultimate for the pre-order line at the Humble Bundle page, you do know Colors Ultimate has been out since last September, right? What need would there be to pre-order it today? Now, before anybody jumps into the comments to chastise me, yes, I'm very well aware that this could be an error on part of Humble Bundle, and that there isn't a Sonic Forces Ultimate on the way. I completely understand that. I'm not putting out this video with the intention of confirming that a Sonic Forces Ultimate is in development because there's been no official announcement for that. And yet, there have been leaks like this before. You remember before Sonic Colors Ultimate released, we'd caught glimpses of it on French retailers like So Gamely and such. So, with this happening, I can't help but wonder if there might be something to it, but there also might not be something to it. Another thing that further strengthens the case for a potential Forces Ultimate would be the existence of this Twitter post, which came up last year. From a screenshot right here, if you have Sonic Forces and a PS5, you could pull up the game's context menu, and there would be an item listed as PS5 Sonic Forces, as in a version of the game that is natively made for current generation consoles. But this appears to be region specific because other people reported not seeing it on their own PS5. It might have also been temporary. I doubt it's still up today. So this might be a huge coincidence, or it could have served as potential foreshadowing for the release of Forces Ultimate. But though there are cases to be made for Forces Ultimate actually happening, I find it to be far more unlikely than it is likely. Because of the last few years, Sega's focus has been on both Sonic Origins, which they're still in the process of patching, and Sonic Frontiers. Were they to add a Forces Ultimate to their list of projects, that would mean they'd be stretched out pretty wide across 3 projects, which could lead to a sacrifice in quality in one of or all of those projects. And no, I haven't forgotten about that 2D Sonic game that's supposedly in development by Sonic Team despite them already working on Frontiers and Origins, but that was per a rumor from Zippo, and it hasn't been proven accurate yet. So I really don't think this is what's going on. But if it is happening, then I have to ask, what need is there for Forces Ultimate? The game is readily available across all platforms, including the Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5 because of backwards compatibility. Unleashed, by comparison, isn't nearly as available today unless you still have the original console for which they released, which isn't all that likely given how far we've advanced since then. You can play it on current Xbox console because, again, backwards compatibility. You used to be able to play it on PlayStation, but it was recently taken off PlayStation Now, which in my opinion was a good thing because that's a pretty crappy service, as it's basically cloud gaming. Meanwhile, there's no Switch version, no official PC version, which we've been begging for years. So yeah, your options for enjoying Unleashed are far more limited. If any game needed an ultimate re-release, it would have to be Unleashed. Though hopefully this re-release would actually be Ultimate in comparison to Sonic Colors Ultimate, because it certainly didn't live up to that label, that's for sure. That doesn't make any less of a fun game though. For the purposes of this video, let's pretend to ourselves for just a few minutes that Sonic Forces Ultimate is actually happening. Why? If it was something as simple as optimizing it for current gen consoles without adding that many new features on top of it, I ask again, what's the point? If, on the other hand, they plan to go much further than what was achieved with Sonic Colors Ultimate and actually expand the game into something much more than what it actually is, in which case it would be more of a remake than a remaster, then I would be willing to give Forces Ultimate a chance and see how it turns out. Because as you might have guessed, I'm not that fond of Forces, not because I hate the concept of Forces, but because I hate how restrained Sega's execution was of it. It practically reeks of, oh hey, we know exactly what you guys want, but we're a little timid about trying to actually do it right, so we're gonna play it safe here. That's what spells out Sonic Forces to me. The game is more tell than show, especially during episode Shadow, where you only get one cutscene tailored specifically to the ultimate life form, and then it recycles another cutscene from the main story. Seriously now? And don't even get me started on the quality of the animations and the graphics. Just don't. I feel like I could run this game on a PlayStation 2, a GameCube, or the original Xbox, and it would run just fine. That's how much they've left on the table in terms of how refined this game could have been for the console of its time. As for the gameplay, it mostly echoes the previous gameplay formulas that add nothing extraordinary. Well, nothing except for a customizable avatar that can equip one of a different variety of weapons based on the wisps. In other words, wisp spawns. My favorite weapon out of my selection would have to be the one that unleashes a continuous flame attack in whatever direction you want without ever having to let go of the button. It's pretty neat, and I've never felt the need to experiment with any other wisp spawn because of it, though I should probably look into changing that. Levels are bite-sized, there's only like a small handful that's a little larger than that, and they aren't really engaging enough to make you want to see more. At least not for me they aren't. Maybe it's different for some of you, and I envy you if that's the case. The music is a hit and miss in some areas. It's great in some respects, especially the vocal themes. The ending in particular deeply resonates with me. But then there's a classic Sonic soundtrack which just makes me want to bang my head against the wall until I pass out. Like, come on, man. Ouch. Show my boy Classic Sonic some more love than that. They had all the pieces in place for an excellent story. Eggman's takeover of the world, Sonic's capture, the Resistance, and even the character Infinite, who deserved an infinitely, pun not intended, better backstory than just, I am not weak. I am not weak. Here's a literal TLDR of his story. He got kicked by Shadow, got salty, put on a mask, and started making up illusions that are a little bit more than real using the Phantom Ruby. Then when you beat him, he just vanishes. There's so much more they could have done with this guy. I feel sad for Infinite fans, honestly. Sonic Forces is a rush job that could have been so much more. Not that it's the first Sonic game to end up like this, because, you know, look at Origins. But if they really wanted to opt for a Forces Ultimate, they'd have to, you know, give us a complete game. Give us something much more than what we got in the final product. Then I'd be pretty enthusiastic about a Forces Ultimate. And they'd also have to give it a different subtitle because I personally think Ultimate is a little more suited for remasters like Sonic Colors Ultimate. They could call it something like Sonic Forces Complete, Sonic Forces Remake, Sonic Forces Second Campaign, Sonic Forces something. You guys are probably better with names than I am. I like how this video turned into a Forces review when it was meant to be a news video. I'm sorry about that. I should set aside some time to make an actual review video for the game, but for now, here's what we know. Sonic Forces Ultimate has been mentioned over at Humble Bundle. It might be a thing, it might not be a thing. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, let me know your feedback with your likes and comments down below, and don't forget to sub and ring that bell for more Sonic content. I will see y'all next time, take care, and don't forget, blue blurs for life. Peace out.